Business Consulting is Chris Randall. Coach Charles has the number. In a change for the Seagulls, in number 14, sponsored by the Lakes All Boys, is Daniel Peck. In the number 17 jumper, for Creed Property, is Blake Smith. In the number 19 jumper, with thanks to NHS Trade, it's Junior Rakita. And the number 16 jumper for Business Clara is Ronan Fulhart. Your Lakes United Seagulls, post by.
Hello and welcome to Carl Oval here in Belmont for the big clash between Lakes United and the South Newcastle Lions here. G'day, it's Paul Arundel in commentary with you tonight, and joining me shortly will be Matt Kennedy from the South Newcastle Reserve Grade coach. Should be a big game, obviously a lot on the line, the minor premiership. Go either way, or it could be a draw and Maitland may sneak home and get the minor premiership. There's a lot weighing on this game today. Should be an absolute beauty. You see the old boys out there. It's a big occasion for the Lakes United Seagulls. Plenty of old boys here in attendance. And they'll be wearing a bit of a different strip. It's to celebrate their reserve grade and open grade and under 23s victories. So a predominantly gold strip here this afternoon for Lakes United, which is quite handy. Just go through the team lists while we're waiting for the players to come out onto the field. For the Lakes United Seagulls, the fullbacks Cody Robbins, the wingers are Toa Mata'afa and Matt Craig, the centres are Josh Charles and Jacob Gagai, the halves are Jack Kelly and Nick Newman, and the front rower and captain is Sean Boss. Alongside him is Cody Charles. The hooker is Chris Randall. The back rowers are Jared Hallgream and Nick Glowey, and the lock forward is Casey Burgess. On the Seagulls bench is Daniel Peck, Blake Smith, Vitali Rathika and Roman Fepelai. That's the Lakes United Seagulls for this afternoon. And the South Newcastle Lions, fullback is Lockie Walmsley. The wingers are Harry Van Dartel, and a late admission in jersey 20 will be Offa Mena'afatoa. The centres will be Henry Penn and Tom Cronin. The halves are Ryan Glanville and Jason Keelan. The front rowers are Cameron King and Luke Higgins. Joey Morris will be the hooker. And the back rowers are Jake Lawrence and Daniel Martin, with the lock forward Tory Freeman. On the bench you've got Connor Brown, Jaden Hetherington, Scott Matthews and Faitoa Toa. So that's the South Newcastle Lions team. Still waiting for the teams to come out onto the field, just getting the last minute instructions. So I can see the Lakes coach Todd Edwards to my left, so he's got to say to his troops. Referees, there's plenty of them today. Tom Taylor will be the main man in charge with the whistle. So Brett Abe and Kurt Grogan out in the middle. And out come the Lakes United Seagulls, led out by their little mascot. And a warm welcome from all the old boys here at Carl Oval. They'll be pumped in front of the old boys, that's for sure. Now the old fellas make their way back to their post, which is behind the goal posts at the northern end of Carl Oval. Out come the South Newcastle Lions now, led out by Ryan Glanville. So a big occasion, as I said. Lakes United premiers back in 2015, Souths 2016. Lot riding on today's match. Just wait and see where they're going. Who's going to kick off? Who will receive? Apologies, just getting the levels right. I can hear myself, but apparently no one else can. Some would say that's a good thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have you all upstanding to observe a moment of silence?
So,
The Rugby League world was shocked recently this week by the passing of Lance Thompson, former St George, Illawarra and Cronulla back rower, was also a coach of one of the South Newcastle junior teams.
so just stand for a minute silence for the late Lance Thompson.
Remember the life of Lance Thompson. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
So only moments away from kickoff. So it'll be South Newcastle kicking off, the northern end. And obviously Lakes United will be receiving the ball. So we're just about to be joined by Matt Kennedy in commentary. We're just about to get underway. Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon, Paul. How are you, mate?
Very well, very well. Should be a good match, I should say. It's the rain's been staying away, so we could have a bit of rain later on, apparently. So I want to ask you how you think this one's going to pan out, because it's pretty obvious. As we're underway, Newman will take it and give it to Sean Boss straight away, so getting up over the 10-metre line. Lot on this game today, minor premiership at stake. Randall at dummy half. This is Glowy, up to the 20-metre line. So, mate, you just finished coaching duties. You join us up here at the back of the grandstand. A good win for you boys today?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that possibly might put us in the third spot, depending on other results. But it was a good win. The Lakes guys were running back into the old boys in the second half, so it was always going to be a difficult assignment, but the boys played well.
So Lakes over halfway now. That's Holgreen. Last tackle now. Goes back to Kelly. Bit of a spiralling kick. Almost, well, it does separate the winger and the fullback, but Van Dartle's there to clean it up. He's taken about 8 metres out from his try line. This is Mena Fatoa. I hope I've got that right.
You did. It's a tough one.
Walmsley at dummy half. Goes himself. Walmsley's through. He's got key. And, well, that's
He's the key.
Cronin. Van Dartle waits for it at dummy half, and we get the first penalty of the afternoon.
And that's the strength of South. This their speed around the ruck with Walmsley, Van Dartle. Sensational.
So Keelan will find touch. So a good opportunity here for the Lions early. As Cronin gets us back underway. Here's Lawrence. .25 out from the line. Keelan gives it to King. Calls a forward. I think it was about 2 metres backwards. But anyway.
Ambitious.
So that's the 16, Matthews. 8 out from the line. They go to the short side, goes to Keelan, cuts out to Cronin. He's over, is he? He's pushed. He's going to be pushed back. So Van Dartle waits for it, goes back to Keelan. To Morris. Morris decides to run it, gets away from one. He's still going. About 3 metres short. Numbers both sides, and now we get a second penalty to the Lions.
So Kilo's sure to kick this one. No, going to attack.
So we're back underway. And that's Higgins. Centre field, 5 out from the line. So they go to Glanville. Glanville short pass there to Martin. Must be very close to the line. Here's Walmsley, cut out. Here's Penn.
Oh.
And he spilt the ball, then Lakes pick it up.
It's pretty fortunate for Lakes there. South definitely had him on that short side.
So first opportunity, it's gone amiss for Souths, but looked very promising. Walmsley uses a decoy. I haven't seen that much.
Yeah, I know. It's normally just get to a point to give it to Walmsley to score a try at the moment. He's been outstanding, Lachlan.
So back underway. Seagulls will drag this up to almost the 20-metre line. Here's Matt Craig coming in off the wing. Getting up past the 30. Goes back to Newman. Here's Burgess. So the other short side through Randall. Cut out pass, goes out to the winger. That's Matt Arthur. Kicked about 8 from 8 last week. Had a good game up there at Maitland. And now Lakes, it's gone the other way. Souths get a penalty.
I was just about to say that's the key for South, is just cutting down Randall and Peck when he comes on. Their nines are really dynamic around the ruck.
So Keelan will find touch. Right on halfway. Now, am I right in saying, Matt, that you would have been a Lakes junior back in the day?
Yeah, I was actually. I played my juniors for Windale, and so therefore made me a Lakes junior. I only played, say, 2 or 3 games with them in the 19s. But, mate, they're a great club, really good club, all through all the grades.
So Morris goes for a little dart from dummy half. Right on the 30. Here's Freeman. Pops it out the back to Morris.
It's a great ball.
Keelan. Keelan will take the tackle. 25 out from the Seagulls line. Goes back to Glanville. Freeman. Gets the offload away again to... Well, it goes out now to King. Quick hands there from the Lions. But eventually it's fallen to ground. Josh Charles dives on it, but we've got a knock on from the Seagulls.
It's good footy by the Lions. Just that little catch pass around the ruck. Also off the back of offloads. Look for King, the number 23. He's sensational with his offloads. He's like an old school front rower.
Certainly won't miss him.
No, he's a big boy.
So Glanville will feed this. Goes out to Keelan. Walmsley. 3 in there to make the tackle. So got numbers on the short side. But they go back in centre field to King. King now 6 metres out from the Seagulls line. Cut out pass to Higgins. That's about the 3rd time they've been right on the line, the Lions. Slow play the ball. Here it is to Freeman. Freeman looking for the offload. He finds Walmsley. Walmsley's got space. Walmsley's over underneath the posts. Souths get the first try of the afternoon.
Yeah, the talk is about Walmsley all the time. I mean, he's been outstanding for the past probably 5 or 6 weeks, but the other guys are really good players. Tory Freeman, the lock. Really hope to keep him at South next year. He's tough, he's strong, he defends really well, and he's got a great offload, which was evident right there.
Yeah, the Country Player of the Year last year, Tory Freeman. Very good pickup for Souths.
Yeah, he was, and with him and Cameron King, Walmsley, Van Dartle, all these kind of fringe New South Wales Cup players, they've been outstanding. They've really bought into to the Souths culture, and they're playing some great footy. So just under 10 minutes gone in this big match, and Souths 4-0. Should be 6-0 very shortly. You'd hope. I haven't put the jinx on him. He's a good kicker, Kilo.
Well, we've seen a couple missed in front today. It's a very strong wind out there.
Yeah, I think that was my my front row who took the last kick and apparently went under the post. So he's a fair chance of getting dropped next week.
Well, Keeler makes no mistake. So it's 6-0 to Souths over Lakes United. Here on Bar TV, Saturday Rugby League. Plenty of sport on Bar TV. Got the big prelim final down in Canberra tomorrow between West Belconnen and Tuggeranong for a spot in the grand final against Woden Valley. Tory Freeman might tune into that, being a former West Belconnen boy. Lakes, we're back underway. Deep kick-off. Goes to Mena Feta. Fatoa. I've got it right once.
That was great. That was great. Just call him off, mate. That's all I do.
This is Penn. Here's Van Dardel coming off the wing.
Henry Penn's been another great signing as well. He's just so strong. He's like another front rower in the centres. He's awesome.
This is Higgins.
They're just burning him up the middle here, South, at the moment.
So Morris will go for a dash from dummy half. He's got Freeman on side. Freeman's still running, gets through a couple. He had Keelan there backing him up, but he's just flicked it anywhere. Now it's been picked up by Mena Afara for Lakes. So South's looking very dangerous up the middle, as you said. Here's Holgreen.
Yeah, I think it's a case of whoever can slow the ruck down the most in this game is going to win it, because the Nines have been really dominant from both sides, and the go forward's excellent.
Well, here's Randall. Gets Lakes up over halfway. So go through their hands. This is Burgess. So go the short side again. Kelly cuts back to Newman. Newman gives the inside pass to Boss. 35 out from the Lions line. They go the short side again. Kelly puts it on the toe. The winger's not back there, but Walmsley's there to clean it up. And he'll be wrapped up. About 8 out from his own line. Here's Van Dardel coming off to help the forwards again.
Yeah, he's handy, Van Dardel. Every time he runs the ball, he gets a quick play of the ball. And obviously the following run after that's always a dominant one. He's been really good coming out of his own half. Here's
Penn. Runs straight into Josh Charles.
That's a good tackle.
Probably not the best move.
He's a decent lump of a lad, Josh.
So Van Dardel again from dummy half. Seems to be doing a lot of that early on. So go the short side, Glanville. Bit of a grubber and kick, but Cody Robbins is back there. Tries to get away from Walmsley, but he won't get away from Glanville. Very good tackle around the bootlaces. Here's Matta Arthur.
Lakes are much the same. They've got some really big outside backs, which I haven't really seen before.
It's Cody Robbins. Had a good game at fullback last week against the Pickers. This is Sean Boss, the captain. Gets him up to the 40-metre line. Newman runs to the line, goes out the back to Kelly.
Well, got him here.
Numbers here with Robbins. Here's Gagai, steps back inside. That pass could have been forward to Matta Arthur. Not called. Matta Arthur's over for Lakes' first try of the afternoon. 6-4 for kick to come.
That was really, really good footy there on that right edge, but that last pass was questionable.
Very much so. We've got 5 officials out there this afternoon too.
The Seagulls hit straight back in South Newcastle 6. The Floyd Group Lakes United Seagulls 4 with a kick to come.
But that was the first real opportunity Lakes had down in South's territory, and to come up with points, it's a pretty good return.
Yeah, it is. On the back of fatigue, they've basically been defending most of this half so far, so it's a good hit back there from Lakes.
So, as I said, a lot riding on this game. We'll try and keep you updated with the scores around the grounds at half-time. Maitland, an important game against Curry, and also Central, Cessnock and Wests and Macquarie on Sunday.
Yeah, it's been a great competition this year, just the closeness of it all, and the fact that a team like Curry's still in the running. I think they've actually been probably the surprise packet this year. Just on paper, you never would have thought they'd be top 5. Obviously, West have been a bit of a disappointment, but it'd be good to see Curry get in there.
Yeah, certainly would, especially come semi-final time. The Bulldogs, big support base up there at Curry. So Matta Arthur, got 3 in from touch. He strikes it nicely, but it's been waved away. So I gave him a wrap earlier, and he's missed his first kick.
The intended conversion from Talamata Arthur was unsuccessful. The score remains South Newcastle 6, leading Lakes United 4.
So Keelan will put the kicking tee down and just get your thoughts on the 3 referees. Any feedback from the players? What they like it? You're allowed to comment, I'm sure.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't really heard too much from the first grade players about it. You know, as long as they're confident in their decisions, and you just got to respect what they say. Sometimes they get it wrong, but it is what it is with the referees.
This is Burgess, rolled on his back. Randall goes for a run. He's got options, but he just decides to take the tackle. He was looking to pop that out the back, but
he's definitely been a key man. They've been trying to not target, but certainly look out for in attack. Did a lot of work through the week on those number 9s.
Well, Josh Charles just bumped off Offer. I'm sure he'll have a return bout very shortly. Offer, his boss.
The Offer's only 19. He's a big lump of a lad. He played second row for us last week in reserve grade and went really well.
That's a good kick down to Van Dardel. Gagai's coming through. He gets away from Gagai. Gets away from Charles. Burgess there. Cody Charles comes again. Here's Penn.
Bunched around the ball here, South. Looking a bit fatigued.
Here's Offer. So Walmsley gives it to Cronin. Just short of halfway. Walmsley. Oh, well picked up there by Martin. He's round near the shins. So it's the last tackle. Glanville's got it. Puts it up high. It's a bit of a swirly one there for Matt Craig, but he does well and takes it. Walmsley's there to make the tackles. Helped out there by Penn. Here's Robbins.
A couple of very skinny people coming together there, and Walmsley and Craig.
Well, this is Gagai.
It's a good run.
He's got a very dangerous left foot step, Jacob Gagai. Here's Matt Arthur coming in off the wing. Here's Boss. Oh, heavy contact there, King on Boss. Newman inside to Glowy. King's there to make the tackle again with Higgins. Last tackle now. Here's Kelly. It's another kick down there for Van Dardel. He may have been taken late, and the referee's seen it, and we've got a penalty. Also going to have time off.
Yeah, I thought that one was it's on the borderline there. It was slightly late perhaps, but it was a tough one. It's a pretty dangerous period for both sides, really, with the front rowers getting to the end of their stint and starting to look a little bit tired there in the middle. Particularly Big King. He's got a good motor, but he's carrying a bit.
So the referee just having a word to Glanville and Jake Lawrence. So the Seagulls will take this back to the 10-metre line. And back underway. Here's Cody Charles. Getting also close to the line. Right on the line, in fact. He swung around. Gets up, plays the ball. Here's Kelly. Runs to the line, finds Burgess. Burgess could be over here.
It's a great tackle.
Very good tackle. Quick play the ball. Here's Newman. Out the back to Robbins. Links up with Charles. Charles has got Craig. Charles will go himself. Pops it out the back, but it's gone into touch.
That's great defence there, but I thought Lakes looked really good when they actually hit that guy, the straight runner in the middle. They look really dangerous. Rather than going out the back all the time, they should probably start doing that a bit more.
So, and full set of 6 there. Used up 2, but I don't think Todd Edwards would mind.
Tends to be the way these days with footy, where they tend to go out the back a bit too much for mine. And I just think on that occasion they should have kept hitting the bloke running the hot line with a straight line.
So his big offer runs into Holgreen. There's another big bopper there. That's King. So they come out this way. That's Higgins. Martin gets the ball away to Penn. Penn tries to shrug him off. He does. Tacklers are coming in, but Henry Penn's still going. Though he's got him. Randall comes in to help him out. And eventually Henry Penn's put to the deck. And Daniel Martin's down in back play for Souths. So you've got 12 in the attacking line at the moment. Here's Freeman. Looking to get that offload again, but this time he's wrapped up. Last tackle now for the Lions. Here's Glanville. Kick for Walmsley, but Robbins is back there to field it. Gets away from Walmsley. Robbins gets away from Higgins as well, but the defence comes and wraps him up. And now I've got time off with Martin. He's back down on halfway.
Yeah, this could be a bad blow for South. He's been playing really well. Martin, he's a great athlete and has a really good ball he just threw, but yeah, it looks like he's no good. Young fella coming on now, Connor Brown. Great play. He's really like a utility role. Normally he plays hooker, back row. Really strong play, and he's improved a lot. He played with us last year in reserve grade. Good young kid.
Well, doesn't look good for Martin, but we may, hopefully we see him back. Here's Cody Charles. It's actually Josh Charles. Here's Randall. Here's Cody Charles now. Heavy contact again there. Goes to Kelly. Cut out to Gagai. Gagai tries to get around. Almost gets around Cronin. Holgreen now will take the tackle.
It's a great tackle by Lawrence there.
It's inside pass to Burgess. 35 out from the Lions line. Last tackle for the Seagulls. Goes to Newman. Newman runs to the line. He gets straight through. He's got Randall inside. Jack Kelly there's underneath the sticks. And Lakes United get their second try of the afternoon.
Yeah, that was a great play by Newman. Pretty quick there through the gap and nice support back and inside.
Number 6, Jack Kelly.
But as I was saying before, it's just really that.
NKP Concrete Constructions.
It's really that tide period in the middle of the game with the middle plays where you've really got to work hard on the inside and not lose your feet defensively, and that's what happened there. Two of the South players in the middle just lost their feet and a little bit fatigued, and the halfback ran through.
So 8-6 with the kick to come. Matter Arthur right in front.
It's very hard competing with the ground announcer, isn't it?
Very, yeah. Tony Delaney.
Right on my left here.
Yeah, the joys of streaming local footy.
Yeah, I was hoping for a warm drink and a nice indoor commentary box, but certainly haven't got that.
Well, Matter Arthur adds the extras.
Sponsored by Commonwealth.
So it's now Lakes 10, Souths 6. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Bar TV Sports. Actually had a crack at ground announcing last night up at Raymond Terrace for the Newcastle Hunter Comp. And yeah, it was pretty interesting trying to announce two games at once.
That is difficult.
So we're back underway. Newman takes this. It's number 20, it's Fepalai.
That's a great run.
Had a couple of years at Souths as well, Roman Fepalai.
Yeah, he did. He's a good young player. He unfortunately went to Lakes, but he's going well today.
He's Boss. So just over 20 minutes gone in the first half. I don't think Sean Boss has come off for a break yet. So go out the left-hand side. Gagai gets it again, gets around Cronin, gets past another. Gagai's still going. He's bumped off another one, but Walmsley, the last line of defence, gets him. They play the ball 12 out. They go the short side again. Kelly dancing around. Last tackle now for Lakes. Slow play the ball. They didn't want that. Here's Newman. Newman steps back inside, puts it on the toe, goes past almost everybody. But Connor Brown was there to clean it up.
You're on the ropes here, South. They're going to have to realign and try and get off that line a bit quicker. They're just a bit lazy around the ruck. Gagai's looking really good on that left edge for Lakes.
So Souths will just take their time with the restart.
Pretty crucial period here, obviously, with the line drop out, and when Peck gets out there, it's even going to be harder because he's fantastic out of dummy half.
So back underway. Here's Fepelai with another charge.
And he's got something to prove today. It's a great run again.
Now I've got a penalty. Referee Taylor's seen something in that. Here's Charles. Josh Charles almost gets through.
He's just not coming off the line at the moment, South.
Randall from dummy half. He links up with Boss. Boss is over. Lakes have got another. Referee just confirms and points to the spot. So Lakes get their third try. 14-6 with a kick to come.
Sponsored by AMP Plumbing. The Lakes United Seagulls now 14. Leading South Newcastle 6 with a kick to come.
Yeah, that just comes off the back of great go forward from the Lakes middle guys. Big Romans made some great charges, and then off the back of that penalty, quick play the ball and try. So it's they're playing good footy here, Lakes.
That wind has certainly picked up as well. Lakes got that at their backs.
It has. I'm feeling it up here too. I understand.
The old boys wouldn't be feeling it, that's for sure. They're probably on their 10th cans.
Yeah.
Why now?
Well, South had Sleepy's Day last week, and I think most of them weren't feeling it by halftime. Third grade. Cracking pace over there in the tents.
So, Meta Arthur, just off centre. Strikes it nicely as the extras. So now Lakes lead 16 points to 6.
And a successful conversion. It's number 2, Charles Arthur, the Lakes United Seagulls. It's the forward with Lakes United Seagulls now 16, leading South Newcastle 6. Charles Arthur, sponsored by Commonwealth.
Just under 15 minutes until half-time. The score, the clock on your scoreboards that you're watching at home, it's just a guide. As the crowd starts flocking up here, they're not after my or your autograph, Matt. They're getting away from the rain. So Keelan gets us back underway. It's a bit of a shallow kick. It's not a bad one, but Josh Charles is there to take it. I don't know if that was actually intended. That wind is pretty strong.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a swirling bruise. It's hard to know who it's actually favouring at the moment.
Nick Glowey there with a very good run. So Peck's on the field. Look out for him at dummy half in number 14. Here's Fepelai.
It's like he's dropped a bit of weight, Roman, and he's looking fit. He's looking nice and fast. And there's what Peck does. He always jumps out and engages those markers and tries to get his forwards back behind the ruck.
So Newman, inside pass to Boss. I've seen that a couple of times today. Last tackle now for Lakes. Up by 10 at this stage. Kelly puts it high down in the corner for Van Dartel. The chasers are coming through. Van Dartel takes it well. Here's Walmsley.
Surprising King hasn't been off yet. He's walking back into the attacking line now. He's looking buggered.
His big offer
It's a good charge from Offa.
So this is Cronin getting away from a couple, but he's eventually wrapped up. So Cronin coming from the other side to take that hit up. Here's Freeman, runs straight at Newman. Glowy's there to help out.
That's a great run.
So Glanville kick this one up high. It's just going to hold up in that wind. Robbins is underneath it. Robbins tries to get around. A good tackle there from Cronin.
I think the key for South now is to try and get their outside backs into the game, just around the ruck, and also getting their big centres or second rows at their smaller spot players on the edge, like Peck and Kelly.
So Peck, shape one way, went the other. The markers were equal to the task. Here's Rafika, former Fijian international. Had a couple of years with the Sharks and Newtown Jets.
Yeah, it's a decent play to have coming off the bench for you, that's for sure.
Here's Fepalai. Another strong carry. Last tackle now for the Seagulls. They stacked this short side. It's just a dummy. Here's Kelly, centre field. We'll put this high. Straight down to Walmsley. Does well. He's met there by Burgess and also Randall.
They're doing a good job on Walmsley so far. Just their kick chase in the middle of the park's been really strong, Lakes.
Here's Van Dardel. Bright orange boots. Here's Cronin. So there's a bit of light rain out there at the moment. And players wouldn't be used to this. Here's Penn. So Penn plays the ball. They go the short side. Keelan. It's a wobbly old kick there for Keelan. I thought that was going to go out, but it actually held up nicely. It's Mata Arthur. Tries to get away from the tackle from Lawrence. Here's Robbins. Here's Josh Charles.
It's another strong run by Charles.
Here's Peck, Rafika. So making very good metres here, the Seagulls. Peck again. Here's Charles. His second hit up of this set. Pops out the back, but it's been cleaned up by the Lions.
It's pretty clear the tactics from both sides is basically running off their hooker and getting in behind the ruck. It's basically the same from both sides. Be interesting to see which team starts going to the edge a little bit more and start testing out those centres and wingers a bit more.
So Connor Brown's wrapped up. About 5 short of halfway, and he earns his team the penalty. So the local crowd, they didn't agree with that one.
Coach Todd Edwards is blowing up over here to my left.
It's always good when you pick up the coach in the effects mic. We don't mean to do it on Bar TV, but sometimes you hear a few slip out.
Coach thing's exciting, doesn't it?
Oh, solid contact there. Fepalai just picked up Matthews. Walmsley's with it. And he's wrapped up there. Didn't get too far on that occasion. 15 out from the Seagulls line. They come this short side. He's just Glanville. Cuts it back inside to Penn. Penn still driving with the legs. He'll be about a metre out. Will Morris go from dummy half? Nope. Goes out the back. Here's Brown. Brown just charges straight back into him. And he's going to be held up.
It's an excitable mother of Connor Brown just screaming in the effects mic there. Pretty enthusiastic fan.
So the other short side again through Walmsley. Walmsley charges onto it like a front rower. From the last tackle there. Tried to catch the Lakes defence napping.
It's not a bad set by South. They've got them where they want them now in the corner. Just have to make sure this defensive set's a strong one.
So the rain comes down. I'm not sure if you can pick that up in the effects mic at home, but it is raining here in Belmont, so it's good news, but not good news for the footballers. Here's Rafika. This takes 3 Lions to hold him up in the end. Eventually he'll play it. Here's Burgess. Met there by Freeman. Here's Peck, Fapalai. Fapalai runs straight up Morris.
Another good run by Roman again. He's having a massive game.
So Kelly will try and get this behind Van Dardel, but he's there to pick it up. So he's the quickest in the Souths club. Van Dardel, I've seen him get in space a couple of times. He's very quick.
Van Dardel's quick, Warms is quick. They've got a lot of speed, actually, the Souths team. Certainly not Cameron King.
So we've got a penalty here. Was it for not standing? I wasn't quite sure what that penalty was for.
Yeah, I missed that one as well.
So,
just the Lakes kicking game, though. They should be probably targeting office side a little bit more. Just the fact that he's just coming back from injury. He played second row in reserve grade last week. You know, they're going to Van Dardel's side all the time, but he's just covering those quite easily. So that might be something they possibly try after half time.
So Matt Arthur's going to take this attempt at kick. Places it down on the 30. Now 20 in from the touchline, just off centre. That rain is absolutely flogging down at the moment. Just looked over to my left and can see the netballers trying to huddle underneath one umbrella over there. Good luck. And just looking at the radar, there's a bit coming our way. Luckily, we've got the roof on.
Big kick here to go 12 points ahead.
He strikes it nicely.
Well.
So Matt Arthur extends the Seagulls lead.
Sponsored by Commonwealth. The McCoy Group Lakes United Seagulls now 18, the South Newcastle 6.
So we're just heading into, well, just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half. So Keelan with another short restart. Oh, Walmsley almost got a fingernail to it. Now he tries to bat it back, but the Seagulls have picked it up. Newman's away. Newman's got no one in front of him except the trainers. I think Newman's going to get there. Glanville's chasing hard, but Nick Newman's going to put it down in the corner. 4th try of the afternoon for the Seagulls.
Yeah, that's a coach killer, that one. I reckon Ben Cross would be, his head would be just about to blow off at the moment.
Nick Newman. Sponsored by Redhead Vehicle Repairs.
Well, it almost went the other way. Walmsley almost got a fingertip to it. Well, and it's just lucky bounce for Nick Newman. And he runs about 80 metres to score the Seagulls' 4th try.
Yeah, I think it was a decent play. It's just the fact that it had no one sweeping behind in case the fullback or the halfback grabbed the ball. That was probably the problem for South there. But good effort to sprint away 60 metres and score that try in the corner. But I thought South are actually fairly significantly in the game at the moment. They probably didn't really need to try that short kick-off. Probably should have just drawn it into the corner and just tried to force the arrow with a big defensive set.
So the referee's just called time off for something here. Matt Arthur was just getting a bit of treatment before taking the kick. And he's going to have to go and fetch the ball. And John Taylor's going to play ball boy.
I have to say, it should be in the real NRL strategic plan to get some decent ball boys, mate. The ball boy situation has been pretty bad at all clubs. Townsend included at South. Took us 3 minutes to get the ball the other day.
Yeah, almost have to give them double, not just a pie and a Coke, maybe a hot dog as well.
Yeah.
It's one thing I would have loved to do as a kid, was be a ball boy.
Yeah, I was probably showing my age, but I was a sand boy.
Sand boy?
Yeah, sand boy back in the day. Took the sand out to the kickers.
Well, that's one thing we didn't have at Glendale, was a sand boy. We just dug a hole in the ground. There's a pothole there at Bower Oval back in the 80s.
Yeah, it was much the same at the Windale Eagles, mate.
It's a lovely kick from Matt Arthur over the posts. So it's 24-6 now. Lakes over Souths.
Kick by the number 2 from Lakes United Seagulls, Matt Arthur. He's sponsored by Comworks. The McCoy Group, Lakes United Seagulls, now 24. Winning South Newcastle 6.
So Keelan tries the repeat dose. This time it's not as far, but it's ended up straight back in the hands of Peck.
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit desperate measures to do the short kickoff. I know they're trying to get the ball back and get a cheap try before half time, but at the end of the day, they really do need to kick the ball long and try and build some pressure on Lakes.
He's Fepalai.
He's been outstanding, Roman. He's made a huge impact since he's come on.
He's Peck. Rathika. So Peck decides to go himself, then gives it to Charles. Bumps away from Freeman.
He's been strong too, Charles.
Josh Charles still going, picks out Penn. And Penn wraps him up. So Matt Craig at dummy half. He's Newman. Peck runs across field, links up with Kelly. They got space out here. Randall. So Randall out on that edge now. He's Peck again. Oh, lovely ball, but it's been put down by Burgess.
Yeah, that was a great ball, great play, really good line by the lock forward, but just had to take it. That's pretty crucial. I reckon that would have put the nail in the coffin of South there, but good tackle on the line by, I think it was Wormsley.
Well, this is what the Seagulls did last week to the Pickers. They just gave it to them early on. And from that moment, the Pickers were playing catch-up.
They play a really good brand of footy, Lakes. They've got a young, fast team, and the shapes they get in attack is really impressive. They're playing good footy today.
So Henry Penn takes another hit up. It's Connor Brown. Over halfway now, Souths. Can they get one back before half-time? That's a shocking pass from dummy half. And I think he might have actually spilt that when he got up to play that.
No, he just didn't play the ball correctly. It's a funny one, those penalties. Sometimes they give them, sometimes they don't.
So have the Seagulls got another one in them before half-time?
I'd like to see South try and test Lakes a little bit more on the edge in the second half. I just think they have been rolling through and pretty good in the middle, but I think Lakes have come to understand that a bit more, and they probably need to start getting at their centres and 5/8s and halves on the edges a bit more in the second half.
Well, to be fair, he's haven't had much of the ball for the last 15 or so minutes of play. He's Gagai.
Yeah, definitely the possession count for Lakes, the back half of this first half has been phenomenal.
Peck puts Fepalai almost through a half. Gabbard's put on the toe there by Newman. Wormsley's there to clean it up. Gets through 3. Glowy's there to wrap him up. Kelly will help out as well. And that is half-time. I thought we were going to get one more play there before the break, but the referee... Well, hang on a minute. Referee Tom Taylor, he wants to play it here. We've got a penalty, that's why. So there's another penalty. I'm not sure what that was for. I didn't even see him put the arm up.
So Ben Cross is calling the big guns today. Michael Hagan, mentor coach, going in to possibly say some words to South at half-time.
Well, they put the ball up. It's not a bad kick, but it's gone into touch. So that will be Oranges. And it's Lakes leading South 24 points to 6 here at halftime on Bar TV Sports. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half. Well, welcome back to the second half. It's Lakes leading South 24 points to 6, and a couple of flashes of lightning here on the ground. There's still a bit of rain, and so I said a couple of flashes of lightning now out here at Belmont. So for a moment there, I thought the players mightn't come out for the second half. Welcome back, Matt.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big half here for South. They've got to try something a little bit different, I believe. Just rather than just going up the middle all the time, they could probably go out to the edges a bit more, as I was saying in the first half. And I think there could be some joy out there for them. But the biggest thing for them is actually just getting some possession of the footy. Lakes in the last 15-20 minutes has had all the footy and played really well.
We've got the lights on here at Carl Oval. It's got really dark. So referee just about to blow time on for the second half. And we're underway here at Bar TV's Match of the Round, round 16 of the Newcastle Rugby League. Van Dardel takes it. So 3 converted tries behind South Newcastle. We got word up at Curry that it's 0-0 between Curry and Maitland at, well, not half time, it's still going up there, so 0-0 scoreline. And that's not what West would need. A draw would get Curry into the top 5.
Yeah, once again, I think it's a huge effort from Curry. You know, I mentioned at the start that just for the team they have on paper and the fact they're still in it, I think it was a massive effort. A good result for them.
So Glanville, little chip over the top for Walmsley, doesn't get the bounce. Randall's there to clean it up.
That's a play that's been working a lot for South of late with Glanville and Walmsley together, but it's a fair kick and I think it's a good opportunity to do it. Just a little bit unlucky there with the bounce.
So Lakes just bringing this out of their own territory. Here's Rafika.
It's a good tackle by Scotty Matthews, a really solid play off the bench for South.
Here's Fepalai, making good meters again. Here's Rafika, second hit up of this set.
They've had really good value off their 2 bench forwards today, Lakes. They've made a real impact.
So Kelly put this down to Van Dardel's wing. Takes it well. They've certainly been testing that corner, Van Dardel's corner.
Yeah, it's definitely a ploy. There must be something in it for them. But he's taking every kick they've put his way at the moment.
So Glanville will find touch. Wasn't a really deep kick, but since half time that wind has died right down. Here's Lawrence.
It's a big test for South here. They look, a couple of boys look fatigued already, and the fact that Lakes are running into the old boys' corner gives them extra motivation. So regardless of the scoreline, they just need to compete pretty hard here, South, and try and get out of their own half and make it a bit of a game in the second half.
The Fata Taylor's just come on the field and earns his side a penalty. So Keelan will kick this on the far side. And well, we're lucky we've got another ball there because that's one's right over the other side of the ground. Here's Freeman.
It's a good run again from Tory.
It's Matthews looked to offload the pass but just takes the tackle. Here's Morris. Keelan. Oh, Lawrence juggled it. Did well to hang on to it. Here's Fatoa. 3 Seagulls in there to make the tackle. Centre field. 20 out from the Seagulls line south. Here's Keelan. Runs to the line, puts a little kick in. Matt Arthur's there to clean it up. And Connor Brown's there going to make the tackle with Lawrence. They're going to try and drive him back, but Stands his ground. 5 out from his own line. Here's Gagai.
This is where they need to attack with their defence, South, and put some pressure on, hopefully force an error.
So, Mata Arthur. So they go out wide. This is Glowy. Driven into the turf. So Rathika, he's been busy early in this second half, and he's gone straight through to the defence. Rathika, he just needs the support, and he's linked up with Peck. Peck just slips over, or is he trying to duck, but they're still going. He's Burgess. And Lawrence makes the tackle. 9 out from the South's line, last tackle. They come this way through Kelly, cutting it past to Gagai. Gagai pops the pass to Robbins. Robbins is over. Seagulls get the first try of the second half. Right in front of the old boys' tent.
And that seems to be a bit of a tail of the tape at the moment. Just a really good charge through the middle from a big interchange forward. And the halves are taking really good options off the back of that. They're just getting to their edges a little bit better than what South are at the moment, and obviously they're controlling the middle a lot more with some great runs from those interchange forwards. I think they've actually been the difference since those two big boys come on from Lakes. South haven't really been able to handle them, and off the back of that, the halves are playing some really good footy, and Gagai on that left edge has been dynamic.
So is this where I give you possibly the bad news that Lakes win, Maitland win, Central wins tomorrow, you just could slip back to 4th?
Yeah, I mean, that would be disappointing given the year South have had and the victory they had over Central last week, which is a really comprehensive one. But that's just the nature of the competition this year. And yeah, they're going to have to try and pull something out. It's going to be pretty difficult to get back now, but I think building for next weekend, they have to start playing some good footy in the second half, and it comes from just their defence in the middle. At the moment, they're just getting rolled over too easy.
So Mata Arthur, metre in from touch. So that wind's died right down. He strikes it well, that's over. Great kick, Mata Arthur.
And then he goes to sideline conversion for the man of number 2 jumper for Commonwealth.
30 points to 6. Lakes over Souths.
Is there a score check on those games with Maitland and Curry?
Newcastle 6.
Well, I'll see if I'll just check the phone. Got no messages yet.
Sorry, mate, I'm not demanding.
If any of my mates are listening and they're up at Curry, send us a score. Here's Randall. So Souths again going with a short restart.
He's been great today, Randall. He's a pretty good player. He can play hooker and back row, and I know he's been playing some really good footy at the Knights in the New South Wales Cup. They've got a real big rap on him, so he's having a big impact today.
Yeah, leading from last year, he had a really good season for the Seagulls. Here's Charles. The ball's come loose, and the referee thinks it's a penalty.
Yeah, South's going to have to be careful here. It looks like it's starting to get away from them a little bit. They've got to be disciplined and just stay in the fight if possible.
So Seagulls will take the quick tap. Thepalai gets away from a couple of tackles again. Here's Newman. Runs the line out the back to Kelly. Here's Robbins. Gagai steps back inside, gets away from a couple. He's still going. I think he even palmed off Randall there. 5 out from the line.
He's a dead ringer for his brother, I'll tell you.
Here's Kelly. Peck juggles that one. Out the back. And Glowy trying to get the arm free, but Penn's there, wraps him up. 10 out from the line. Here's Josh Charles, who just charged straight into the defence. He's still going. Josh Charles, I think he's going to be held up. We'll go back out to the 10 metre and play it.
It's actually really been indicative of the comp this year. It's just whichever team turns up and I guess, most motivated or play the best brand of footy tends to come away with a win. It's that close to comp. You don't know who's going to win each game.
And Kelly puts this on the toe early, but Walmsley's there to clean it up.
It's a good pick-up.
So Van Dartel's thrown the headgear away. Oh, driven back, he got picked up. Cronin will play it. Oh, more solid contact there on Martin. Another flash of lightning comes over the ground here at Carl Oval. He's Offer.
Offer needs to do more of that. He's been really quiet in this game. He needs to put his hand up and get in the middle a bit more.
Here's Glanville.
One of the more powerful runners in the South team.
That wasn't my stomach rumbling, that was thunder. Keelan puts this on the toe. It's a low one down there for Robbins. Here's Matt Craig. So have we seen Jaden Hetherington out there yet for Souths?
No, so Jaden played with us in reserve grade. I dare say he's probably just there as cover for one of the backs. But he's a young fellow who's come from the Greens. Rugby last year. Played, I think, maybe lower grades and a bit of first grade with them. He's been outstanding. He's a really good fella and played a couple of games in first grade and did really well. Really good clubman. So hopefully he does get a start out there today. It'll be good for him.
So Lake's fine touch just inside South's territory. So Peck inside pass to Fepelai. Still going, eventually he's wrapped up. 35 out from the Lions line. Here's Burgess. So Lake's in good attacking territory again as Kelly goes out the back to Newman. I think Glowy almost overran that. Play breakdown, still going. Here's Burgess. Burgess, sort of a no-look pass to Randall. Here's Kelly. Rathika takes that within 6 metres of the South's try line. Peck again, finds Fepelai. That's good defence there from the Lions. Here's Peck out the back to Kelly. Kelly spilled it. So opportunity going begging there for the Seagulls.
Yeah, they're lucky he spilled it there because they had a bit of an overlap on the left side there. A cross kick or quick hands would have probably scored a try there in the corner.
Here's Penn. Charged onto it, but the defence was up quickly. There's Freeman.
They're making good enough yards here, South. It's just what they do off the back of that. And that's the key, just getting those fast guys in around the middle, particularly the back end of the stint from the front rows for Lakes.
So King's back out there now.
If you look at the Lakes defensive line, Big Roman, he's struggling at the moment. They need to get at him.
Well, this is the best set Souths have had for quite a while. That's Matthews. Last tackle now. We go to the left-hand side. Glanville puts this low down for Robbins. Did well to pick that up. Here's Matt Craig. Getting more involved this second half, Matt Craig. So here's Charles. Almost bumped off Morris, but he come again. Peck will go for a dart from dummy half again. He's gone straight through them, Peck. Just looking for support. Gets around from Walmsley. Eventually they come from behind. Lawrence making the tackle. Burgess a dummy half. Here's Kelly. Kicks it down into the corner. Is it going to hold up? I think it is. Oh, well, Metaharfa might have got there. No, the referee says it'll be a line dropout. I'll tell you what, that was close.
That was really close. I think Peck's been outstanding off the bench, and it's such a great acquisition to have a really good hooker off the bench. You can come on and just cause havoc through the middle of the park, and Lakes certainly got that.
So if the Seagulls had scored there, it would have been game, set, match.
It's a great kick on the back end of a really good set from Lakes.
So a very good restart, almost 50 on the fly. And Thika's got it. And they're 35 out from the Lions try line. And 17's on the field. Blake Smith for Lakes. Here's Newman. Finds Glowy. And Charles on the outside, but he went back inside to Newman. 12 out from South's try line. Thika. Out the back to Kelly. Burgess. Well, we're going to have a player called out for a high shot.
Wasn't a whole lot on that, I don't think. A little bit whistle happy here at the moment, I believe.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen here. It'll obviously be a penalty to Lakes, but yeah, I'm with you. I didn't think there was much in it. But I'll have a look at the replay later on, and I'm probably wrong, like I normally am.
No way, mate. Back yourself. So John Taylor, the father of Tom, coming on and give some advice. I know when John refereed, that certainly would have been let go. He was very old school in the way he refs. Johnny let the game flow.
So, interesting to see what Lakes are going to do here. They're pointing towards the sticks. They're up 30 points to 6. Interesting call, but I guess it just eats up a bit more time. And
yeah, the Lakes coaches over to the left weren't too happy about that call.
so, as I said earlier in the commentary, Lakes are wearing a old boys jersey. It celebrates reserve grade, open grade under 23s victories. Apparently they change the shirt up every year, so they're going with the all gold jersey this year. Maybe it's a bit slipperier than usual.
Yeah, it's a good looking jersey. It's all those commemorative jerseys always seem to have the desired effect as far as building motivation. I know last week South wore their Sleepy's Day jersey, and they always perform really well on that day.
So, Matt Arthur, just the left to centre. Strikes it nicely as the 2 points, so it's now 32 points to 6.
And a successful penalty goal there to Tom Matt Arthur, sponsored by Comworks.
So, still over 20 minutes to go in this second half. And for and against becomes very important as well.
Yeah, that would be interesting, actually.
I was actually tipping a draw this game. I thought it'll be that close. I thought there'd be a draw, but...
Wow. So the scores just come over that Curry's actually beating Maitland 6-0 at the moment.
Wow.
They continually stick in there, Curry.
He's done a good job, Ronald Griffith, up there at Curry. Seems to get the best out of the players up there.
He does. There's also his assistant coach, Todd Polglow's good friend of mine. He's done a good job there.
Short restart. Walmsley almost got it, but Glowy, big fella, bent down and picked that one up.
Todd's actually been telling me he's the reason they've been winning most of their games this year.
Well, Blake Smith, he had a good run, but he's lost the pill. So if the results stay the same way, Lakes will be minor premiers. Souths will stay in second spot, depending on for and against. Maitland third.
Can Central go in front of Souths tomorrow if they
Well,
win?
yeah, forgot about that one.
And they should win that game against Cessnock.
You would think, but form's a funny thing in this competition.
Yeah, it is.
He's King. Very good leg drive there from King.
Bit more of that from King. He's been playing good footy, but form probably dropped off a touch last couple of weeks. Probably due to fitness, I'd say.
So Glowy there went for an intercept, and we'll have a scrum. So Higgins, his front row partner's back out there too. It's probably one thing interesting here at Carl Oval. It's probably the most grass I've seen on that cricket wicket out there in the centre. We've just gone past that.
Yeah, it's a good point you make. Actually, it's I think they had the ground re-turf this year, and it's much better than what it used to be. It used to be rock hard in the middle there.
Just like Townsend.
Oh, yeah, Townsend's. I feel sorry for the players. It's a rough old ground to play on at the moment. A great ground, but it'd be nice if they had a better surface.
Well, they've got one back. That's Higgins is over. So Souths get their second try. Not much of a celebration. They know they're running out of time, but still 32-10 with a kick to come.
Yeah, 20 minutes still remain, and they just have to get their lion's share of possession, and hopefully they might score a few more tries. But in reality, if Lakes stay focused, they should win this game.
McCoy Group Lakes United Seagulls 32, League South Newcastle 10, kick to come.
So a kick from Keelan's been waved away. You don't see that often.
No, you don't. He has a rugby background, Kilo, and he normally kicks those quite well. He's been playing really good footy this year. His second year at the Lions. He's taken the line on much more and just taken a lot more responsibility within the team, which he maybe a little bit shy about that last year, but he's had a really good season, so hopefully he can maybe steer a few more points Lions' way in the last 20 minutes.
So Kelly gets us back underway. He's down to Van Dardel. Gets up to the 20. Well, Morris didn't know what he was doing there.
I think it's really important now that South's halves and Warmsley as well to start taking a bit more control. They probably just need to start shifting early in the set and to start throwing something at them. There's really nothing to lose in doing that now with only 20 minutes to go and they're still 22 points behind.
There's heavy contact there. Kelly has got his head in the wrong position. Lawrence, he's up though. He's Cronin.
Making some good yards. They probably need to have a shot now if they could.
Oh.
No.
Well, that sums up South's afternoon, that.
It does.
It's the bounce of the ball, the luck of the draw, it's all gone against them today.
Yeah, and it's really difficult to turn that momentum around, particularly when you're playing Lakes at home. Once they start going on a bit of a run, it's always difficult to turn it around.
So here's Matt Arthur. So here's Josh Charles. He's been busy. Always a handful to bring to the ground. He's still going.
Great leg drive. He's been like an extra forward today. He's been excellent.
He's Boss. Skipper back on the field.
The match between Western Suburbs and Macquarie has been abandoned with Western Suburbs leading 26-0.
Here's Gagai.
So we need Curry to defeat Maitland to make sure West don't make the pot.
So Randall plays the ball. Kelly, we've just heard that's Smith. He's dropped the ball again. Lawrence has picked it up. We just heard from the ground announcer that the match between West and Macquarie's been abandoned. So
yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Is that street legal? Are you allowed to do that? That seems weird that they can abandon a whole game. I guess it obviously doesn't mean much for both teams, but there could be an argument against that, given that West don't have to play a whole game and they mightn't come out with any injury concerns. It seems strange that could happen.
The only thing I can put it down to is that there's been a bit of lightning here at this ground, and they've got a lot more over the other side of the lake. But
yeah, possibly.
anyway, here's Glanville running to the line. They've been on to Glanville too. He's always dangerous out on that edge. Here's Keelan. It's not a bad kick. Robbins is there to take it. I think Walmsley might have been taken out there, but the referee says no. So Robbins will look for the quick restart.
That's a good tackle.
So now Robbins looks to be in some pain there. Bit of cramp.
Good. Jeez,
Hopefully it's just a cramp.
That's just a cramp. He's carrying on, I have to say. Gee whiz. I thought he did his knee. Someone get the Denker rub out there.
Yeah, magic sponge. I called for that last week to be brought back.
Jeez, it looks like a cramp.
The cramps in the calf, I know they are pretty painful, especially after a couple. And wake up in the morning with a cramp in the calf, there's nothing worse.
Here comes Jaden Harrington now, so he'll be a bit sore after playing a full game of reserve grade. But he'll provide a little bit of footwork around the ruck, and he's strong enough, he's tough enough, so hopefully he provides a bit of impact for South.
So Robbins is to his feet.
You might cop a bit of stick in the video, I think, Robbins, after that.
Maybe it's the yellow boots.
Yeah, I thought that was a season-ending ACL injury there.
So just over 16 minutes remaining. Speaking of injuries, I can see front rower down there on the sideline, Brendan Simpson, with his leg heavily wrapped up.
Yeah, he's obviously a big loss for South. He's representative front rower. He's the heart and soul of South. He's been there for many years. He's the captain as well. So not too sure how long he's out for. I think it's a reasonably serious one, but I think we've got the players to cover him. That's for sure.
Here's Josh Charles again. Jeez, he's been
Another
good.
Great run, yeah, he's been fantastic.
Very good run from Josh Charles. Up the 10-metre line now.
Got to get some numbers around him. You can't really try and tackle him one-on-one. He's just too strong.
Here's Boss. Here's Cody Charles. Cody Charles with the number 10.
Got numbers here again. Slow play the ball, though.
It's a Peck. Inside pass to Boss. The defence is there. So Robbins is just running back into the line now for the Seagulls. Put it on the toe from Peck. There's bodies there. Randall was claiming it, but the ref says, what's he going to rule here? Looks like a line dropout. Forced.
That's a really smart play by Peck. He jumped out and actually, on purpose, kicked that ball straight into the post. Took a bad deviation and close to a try there. He's playing really well.
So Keelan gets us back underway. Here's Smith. It's solid contact there. Brought to the ground, 30 out. Again, his short side, he's Sean Boss.
He's worked really hard today.
Newman. Here's Kelly. Rathika. Out on the edge now. 9 metres out from South's try line. Can the Seagulls get another one? Here's Charles. Setting up for something here on the left, the Seagulls.
Yeah, it'll be a sweet play again.
Here's Newman, out the back to Kelly, he juggles it. Here's Gagai, gives it to... Well, Mata Afoa on the end of a brilliant play from the Seagulls.
Yeah, Van Dale didn't really need to come in on that. I'm sure he probably just held his ground a bit longer, but
His second try of the afternoon.
but it's always hard to defend those ones on the edge, and you kind of know it's coming.
Seagulls now 36. Leading South Newcastle 10.
So Mata Afoa gets his second for the afternoon, a 6th try for the Seagulls.
But I think the key there was Gagai's pass. The centre for South actually read that quite well and got up in pretty strong, but it was really nice quick hands from Gagai to the winger, and yeah, another try for Lakes.
So Mata Afoa will try and convert his own try.
He's been kicking well, the Lakes winger today. He's been pretty solid.
As I mentioned earlier, 8 from 8 last week. He missed his first one. I think it jinxed him, but see what he can do with this one. There's no breach to contend with now. And he shanks that one. See, I give somebody a wrap, and that's what happens. So it remains 36-10. The Seagulls over the Lions. So as a coach here, Matt, what do you do? Do you just write this one off? And
No, you can't write it off. You've really got to start just preparing for next week in the last 11 minutes of the game, really. They just have to start completing their sets and defending a bit stronger and have an eye for next week. They're obviously not going to win the game, but this is as good a training as you're going to get.
So Feita Toa. So the shallow restart, it's finally worked for the Lions. They've finally got one. Here's Wormsley inside to King. Come the right-hand side, Keelan. Good tackle around the legs from Boss. Come this short side again. It's been picked up by Cronin. Cronin pushing over. The defence is there, and is he going to go into touch? Yes, he will. Great defence there from the Seagulls.
I think the problem for South is they haven't been able to get any decent pill to their centres. It seems to just be getting stifled a little bit in the middle and hitting their back rows on shorter runs or shorter lines most of the time. They need to start getting some quick early ball out to their centres with some space. They haven't tested Lakes enough on the edge for mine.
So we'll have a scrum packing on the 10 metre. Just got over 10 minutes remaining in this second half. So it'll be Gagai. So Newman dances around. Eventually he's wrapped up by Higgins and King. Peck. Met by his opposite in Morris on the 40-metre zone. Here's Charles again. Gets the offload. Peck's got it. Peck's eventually wrapped up. And the ladies are getting a bit restless out there.
There might be an opportunity for the coach Todd Edwards to get some of those key players off at the moment. They're obviously going to win the game. I'm not too sure if for and against is going to have anything to do with it, but particularly Peck, the smaller hooker, might be a good opportunity to get him off and just get someone a bit more robust out there.
Yeah, the Lions come in with plus 84 into this. And, well, as far as you know, that Curry's still leading Maitland at this stage, as far as we know. So, but they've got a differential of plus 52. And as I said, we've got Central and Cessnock as well. And Central can win. They could possibly leapfrog a couple of the teams, move into that top 3. Geez, that was a good kick. Hit the electricity cable.
Yes, I guess from a South's perspective, it's fingers crossed as far as Maitland winning. Or losing, actually, sorry, losing. I was way off there.
He's Smith.
A favourite of the game being played at Curry Sports Ground.
Sean Boss. Oh, pass could have been forward to Cody. And it was picked up by the referee.
Yeah, this could be a really costly loss, obviously. Yeah, it could obviously go from minor premiers to possible 4th position and playing an elimination against West next week, which is what we'll be doing as well in reserve grade. So a lot at stake, obviously.
Here's Glanville. Fatotoa. So Brown from dummy half. Which was Hetherington, is it? Pops the pass. Here's Walmsley. Walmsley hasn't been allowed to get away at all. Brown at dummy half. Keelan. Here's Cronin. Cronin's still going. Eventually he's wrapped up. They're trying to drag him over the sideline. Van Dartle at dummy half. Here's Fatotoa again. He's picked up but put down gently, you could say. Glanville chips it over the top. I think it's going to be too deep. It's a
good kick. It held up, yeah.
Took a little turn there.
Little off spinner. Yeah, I think the difference today has been the benches, really. I think Lake's bench, when they come on, just proved a massive handful for the South team in the middle. Before they actually come on, I thought the game was actually evenly poised.
So back underway through Kelly. Walmsley tries to trap it. Here's Fatotoa again. 21 out from the Seagulls line. Can they get another try here? They go the short side through Glanville. Finds Penn. And Penn's eventually put to the ground. So they go the short side again. Brown. His numbers there. He's going to be pushed into touch.
Yeah.
Oh. Looks like the referee's ruled he's ruled a penalty there. It was a double knock on.
It's good that he's backing himself there, Connor, but I don't think that was the right play in that situation.
So Josh Charles is just on his haunches down there on the far side. He's had a great game. There's a bit of a mixed bag in the lower grades today. Ladies League tag got up 18-0 over the Seagulls as here goes Higgins charging towards the line. Brown waits for it at dummy half. There's the Fatotoa. He's running. He's just going to be short of the line. Here's Higgins again. Looking for a double. He's been driven back.
It's not playing enough depth, South. They need some options out the back of those guys who are running those straight lines there.
Glanville inside to Keelan. He's King.
Gone straight line again. They've had him outnumbered on the right edge for the last 3 or 4 plays.
So a little kick there. It's been juggled by Holmgren. And eventually Blake Smith picks it up, but we've got a knock on. Double knock on. Yeah, one thing I'd like to point out, the under-19s, he's played the game with 11 players, and you're always onto a hiding or nothing when you're short. But I thought your under-19s today, they didn't get the job, but they did a good job out there with 11.
Yeah, I think they've actually been a real highlight for the club this year. They haven't won many games, but the attitude and the enjoyment the boys get out of playing for the club's been sensational. And I think last week they actually put us on the right way to 5 victories within the whole club in Sleepy's Day. They probably weren't expected to win that game. I think Central were running third and South was second last, and they ended up putting 30 or 40 points on them. It was a massive victory. So, yeah, that just shows the spirit within those boys.
Well, Brown's gone for another dart from dummy half. He's been held up.
He might have himself back to the last try scorer here, Brownie. He's gone about 4 times.
So still on the lower grades, the open grade and reserve grade of Souths both got up today. So can the Lions get another try here before full time? Keelan goes out the back to Walmsley, gets away from Gagai, still going Walmsley. The defence is there to wrap him up. Now the ball's been popped out. And we've got a penalty.
Yes, the open grade boys got up. They're minor premiers now, so they might have a party this weekend. Knowing some of those players.
Here's Keelan. Offer. Oh, gee, I thought he was going to be held up 5 metres short, but he's done well to get that close to the line. Brown, cut out pass, Van Dartle's over in the corner. So a consolation try for the Lions. That could help in the grand scheme of things.
So if Maitland win, will it come back to for and against? Is that right, between them and Lakes?
Newcastle, scorer number 2, Harry Van Dartle.
Yeah, well, maths wasn't my strong point at school, but going into this game,
early ones,
plus 52 was Maitland and Lakes were plus 43, but it's not a bad kick from Keelan. It's straight over. So that's plus 20 now from this game, so that makes it a bit easy for me. So Lakes are now plus 63. I said Maitland were plus 52 going into the game at Curry. Don't ask me what happens if they're both level on for and against. Share the minor premiership.
No idea on that one, mate. Rock, scissors, paper.
So Jack Kelly will get us underway for the final couple of minutes of play. It's Higgins. I said it's all starting to get down the business end here on Bar TV. A couple of big semi-finals tomorrow down in Canberra. We've got West Belconnen v Tuggeranong for a spot in the grand final, and also down on the Illawarra, we've got the West Illawarra boys up against Thurul. There's a Group 7 semi-final on today between Gerringong and Jamberoo. And then tomorrow we've got Kiama against Warilla. So plenty of stuff on Bar TV Sports.
One thing I've noticed today about the way Lakes plays, they play with a lot more width off the 9 to their 7s, which cuts out a lot more defenders. And you look at South, so they're playing a little bit too narrow, I believe, with their halfbacks. They need to probably stand a bit further off the 9 and get a bit more width. So they're targeting those defenders on the edge of the ruck.
So Souths with another opportunity to get points before full time. There's Freeman. Takes him within 5 metres. Glanville. Out the back to Keelan. Keelan. Holgreen makes the tackle. It's the last one now for the Lions. This is probably their last opportunity. Well, it will be their last opportunity, you'd think. He's Walmsley. Gives it to King. King's over. King's got it down. It's now 36-18 with the kick to come.
Todd Edwards isn't happy there on the sideline.
Well, there goes the full-time siren, so we're not going to have any more play after this conversion. So any other time you'd say this conversion isn't important, but it could be, could well be.
Yeah, I think there must have been a call come from Ben Cross down to the bench maybe for South to score more points, because they've been throwing it around a bit more urgency. So there must be something happening as far as for and against, I'm assuming.
Well, that is full time. Keelan added the extra, so it's ended up 36-22. Lakes United have defeated South Newcastle. So at the moment, Lakes United are the minor premiers, but we don't know what the result is between Maitland and Curry. But if you bear with me a moment, Matt, I might be able to do some trickery here and find out. So the players just shake hands. And, well, we've got Curry 12, Maitland 10. So at this moment, Lakes United are the minor premiers, but Curry just in front up at the graveyard. But Matt Kennedy, thanks for joining us in commentary, mate. Been brilliant. And we'll say goodbye here from Bar TV Sports, Paul Arundel and Matt Kennedy. And we'll catch you next time on Bar TV Sports.